awaits as we are now 3 days away from the Trump baby blimp taking flight, a campaign that began as something of a lark, British organizers fundraising to hoist a diaper-clad Trump baby into the skies over London to troll Trump on his visit. Now, that effort has begun to capture the imagination of Trump critics around the world. And tonight, we can report this baby trolling has drawn a formal response from Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani, who tells a British paper that it's London's mayor who should be ashamed over the Trump baby balloon insult. And he said that basically the problem in London is that crime is spiraling. Crime in London is higher this year than the past, but no great evidence of a crime wave. Now, all of this is bigger than a baby. To be fair, most things are. But now, upwards of 50,000 Brits are expected to protest Trump's visit there, some likely to be marching in the shadow of the giant baby blimp in Trump's likeness. And as we've reported, Trump is known to rankle at the idea he is a baby, once asking Paul Manafort, "Am I like a baby to you?" Now, on the trip, Trump will overnight in London and also visit his own golf course in Scotland. Street protests not the only source of opposition here either. We should note that some lawmakers spoke out against giving Trump the honor of a formal state visit.
By giving this rare accolade of a state visit to President Trump, the implication is that we approve of him and his policies.
Regardless of why people voted the way they did, a Pandora's box of hate has been opened. These views are not to be accepted. They're not to be tolerated.
We're joined now by Asad Rehman, the director of the charity War on Want, one of the organizations coordinating these massive protests expected in London. What is the value, in your view, of these international protests, and what do you think the turnout will be?
Thank you, Harry. Well, we expect hundreds of thousands of people to actually be on the streets in 9 simultaneous protests across the UK. Just a small drop in the overwhelming majority of British people who've time and time again have rejected not just Donald Trump, the person, but the politics and policies that he represents. And that's very much why he's sparked so much anger and resistance. Not only his own individual policies, but the fact his war on migrants, the Muslim ban, his planet-wrecking policies. He has managed to mobilise people right across the political spectrum who are saying this is not just simply about a man, it's about the policies and politics he represents.
Well, as you well know, he's not the first American president to engender significant protest abroad. And other American presidents have been criticized for expansionist war policies, for high death tolls, from American foreign policy. Is there something in your view that is specifically or explicitly worse about this president? And do you think you'll affect Americans if the protests are big enough?
Well, first of all, one of the reasons why we're holding these protests is because of the special relationship the UK and the US holds together. But our special relationship is with the people of America, and it's particularly with the people of America who are on the streets day after day protesting against Donald Trump's normalization of sexual violence, his normalization of Islamophobia, all of the policies that have put so many people on the streets of the United States to stand up against bigotry and hatred and to protect human rights. And so our protest hopefully sends a very powerful signal that that kind of politics isn't being normalized.
And briefly, we've been covering, and it's been getting some attention, the Trump baby blimp. The president very sensitive about the idea that he's a baby. Where does that fit into these protests?
Well, we know that the president is notoriously thin-skinned and a narcissist. So the idea of a baby Trump flying over Westminster whilst Donald Trump has to be hidden away in country retreats because he was unable to have any meetings in central London is a fitting testament and a very British response to Donald Trump, and I'm sure it'll get under his skin.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that you believe him to be, I believe you said, thin-skinned. Babies also known for sensitive skin. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.